Today's 732nd day that comes here to show. Today's 732nd day that comes here to show since learning, I hope this will support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about no-shows. What I mean by that is committing to a meeting and not showing up into that meeting and not letting other person know that will not show up. Now why is that happening? What it shows about you when you do that. Because it's very important to really make sure that understand that what is the reason that we do that. Because I found that it's a very bad habit, and it shows a lot of things about you when you do that. I have done in the past, and I'm very disappointed with that because it shows that my character was not in place, and I was able to do that. But a lot of times it comes to identity, and are you allowing yourself to do that to other people? Are you allowing yourself to say yes, commit to something, and then not showing up and not letting other person know that you change your mind? That is a terrible habit to have. And I will share 8 things I wrote down about what it shows about you when you really make a commitment, book a meeting, but you don't show up and you don't let other person know that you change your mind. Number 1 is disrespect. This is one of the biggest things, disrespect. So it means you disrespect other people, you disrespect yourself. And I feel that a lot of times this comes back into disrespecting yourself. Because if you respect yourself, that means you will have a standard of respect. And you will do and to other people how you do to yourself. A lot of times if you respect yourself, you'll respect other people. If you disrespect yourself, you will disrespect other people. I think that's one thing that is very, very important to work on nowadays is to really how to respect yourself. How to respect yourself. And a lot of times we will not respect ourselves if we make a commitment, we don't do commitments. Because you respect yourself when you say something, what you will do, and you do the things that you said. That means if you really want to respect yourself, you need to start doing what you're saying. Because there's a huge difference about saying one thing and really doing the same thing that you said you will do. But that means respect is a huge, huge thing. I truly believe that respect is very, very important, and every single person deserves respect. It doesn't matter where it's coming from, the diversity, age, anything in between. Every single person deserves respect. Knowing that every single person deserves respect, and now if you do not show up in a meeting, that shows a huge respect. That means that we are not a great human beings. We're disrespecting people, even though every single person deserves respect. Number 2 is lack of commitment. That means that it might be that you're committed to a meeting that potentially could increase your sales, increase your business, increase your, it could be personal growth, career growth. It doesn't matter what kind of meeting. And a lot of times it shows that you're not committed. You say that you want to change your life. You say that your position is not that great. You say that there's a lot of things that need to be changed and you need to change now and you want to change now. In the last 5 years, you said that you want to change, or maybe last 3 months. But now, when there is a meeting that potentially could allow you to change, improve, get better, for some reason, you do not show up. And not even say that you will not show up. A lot of times I think that you're so disappointed of yourself that you're not able to communicate about it. And that means that there's lack of commitment. You're not that committed as you said you are. So then you need to reflect. Are you really committed? Are you really committed? Because you need to be willing to let something go to go up. Number 3 is poor communication skills. Poor communication skills. So that means that you might be that you respect people. It might be that you're committed. But because you have such a low communication skills, you're not able to communicate, that you are not able to show up. And that's very important to learn how to communicate. But because when you learn how to communicate better with people, then you, of course, people know and aware and they want to build and do business with you because you on top of the game. You always communicate. It doesn't matter. Sometimes it's okay to change your mind, but what is not okay, not communicate about your mind that something changed. Because when people know that when something will change, they will be immediately noticed, and everyone will know exactly what's happening. People will trust you. But when you don't communicate, then people will, of course, lose trust. Number 4 is unreliability, and that's exactly what I was saying. That when you do not communicate, people will start doubting you, and at the same time you lose trust. And again, this is a lot of times internal and external. So that means you potentially lose trust internally and lose trust external from other people. And again, I think that reliability is very, very important. When people they say that I depend on you, I trust you, is one of the most beautiful things that people could say. And a lot of times, being not and really making a commitment and not showing up will destroy trust altogether, and then to rebuild it will be very, very, very difficult. Number 5 is the indifferent. People are indifferent a lot of times. They have a lack of interest. They commit because they were curious. They thought maybe that's something good. So then a lot of times people commit because they go with the flow. Oh, if one will go that direction, I will go that direction. If one goes this direction, I will go different direction. And that indifference is really not allowing people to be more than average. But I know that you are more than average, because if you could be an average person, you could not listen this lesson, because average people do not listen how to improve together, how to learn about yourself, how to improve, and anything in between that allows to get better. So indifference is making people really commit and then not follow through. Number 6 is personal and professional issues. I think personal and professional issues could be one of those things that potentially could sometimes legit reasons why people do not show up. Because I know that sometimes I had meetings with people that they didn't show up, and they didn't communicate they didn't show up. And after that, so I was asking, if everything okay? And they said, okay, I was in an accident, my phone died, I was not able to communicate, I'm so sorry that I wasted your time. And you know that person was genuinely had personal issue that they didn't show up. And sometimes personal issues are different, but personal issues that could be that they have anxiety, stress, they have family issues, and all in between, that they do not have capacity to really think about anything else than survival mode. So that means sometimes people need to get out of this survival mode to be able to really communicate better and show up in the commitments that they made commitments. Number 7 is cultural norms. And this is very interesting because in the last 10 years, I lived in different states in the United States. I lived in Europe, I lived in Canada, and different cities. So I had an experience to experience a lot of different cultures. And I've found that different cultures have different relations with commitment. Because some people, when they make a commitment, when they say a word, they will always show up. There's always show up. But some cultures are less. And I was thinking, why is that? Why some cultures is one way and other cultures is different? Because that is the standard of the culture. That is the standard of the community. And then, okay, so you can say that, okay, my all communities is this way. But again, you can have an average standard, or you can have above standard, above community standard. And I truly believe that we, people who are striving to become top 1%, we need to have always better standards. So that means that if we make a commitment, we always show up, or we at least communicate. If this community standard is disrespecting people, not showing up, and not communicating, we are not able to fall into that. So it doesn't matter what culture you are in, we need to learn how to go above the community standards and really find our own standards, our own boundaries, that we do not fall into that negativity, disrespecting people by not showing up. And the last one, I think that one of the most important, number 8, is one of the most important. This is really, really essential in every aspect of our lives, and that is lack of empathy. Lack of empathy will destroy a lot of relationships, because people do not understand when they make commitment and they do not show up. They do not visualize how other person is feeling during that moment, how other person is thinking, what he's feeling. Because imagine now, like, you know that you're not showing up, but other person is sitting and waiting for 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes and still thinking if you will show up or not. And that's the huge disrespect, and again, lack of empathy, because not knowing how other person, because a lot of times not showing up for yourself, it could distract the other person and impact that other person very negatively, because they're fighting for their journey, they're fighting for their life as well. They're trying to do great things in life, and you not showing up, showing disrespect to other person, it could impact negatively in a lot of different ways. So knowing that, and knowing that how much impact you're able to have to other person by not showing up, I think that every person will show up by knowing how much impact they could do on another person, just showing up or not showing up, at least to communicate. At least to communicate, because when you communicate and say that, okay, you might be that you made a commitment and you may be disappointed you change your mind, But if you change your mind, that's okay. But you need to communicate that, oh, I'm changing my mind and this is not what I'm interested in anymore. But that message will potentially hurt the other side just for a second, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but it will not hurt for an hour, because a lot of times people are waiting, come waste time, drive in one location, and really prepare for the meeting and think about the meeting. And now when they know exactly what will happen, it takes away a long-term disappointment and frustration. So it's very, very important to have empathy to be able to really, when you make a commitment and you're not able to commit, and when you're not able to show up, you're able to communicate immediately that you're not able to show up. I think that this is very, very important, and I really want to share that this lesson about not showing up, majority is about respect yourself and other people, and empathy, being able to understand how much our actions impact other people, and being able to visualize and imagine how other person will feel after we be taking certain action. Because when you're able to put yourself in other person's shoes and think about how your action will impact, you'll start to a lot of times take different actions. Because I truly believe that people do not intend to hurt people, but sometimes their actions not intentionally hurt other people. So we need to learn how to show up all the time, say something, and when we say commitment, we always do what we said we'll do. And that increases our respect, our confidence of ourselves, confidence in ourselves, that increase our confidence, and of course life will be better because of that. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.